Well, hello and good evening from Fort Myers, Florida. This is Jeff and Emily Miller, and we are, some people say, oh, stop rubbing it in, these gorgeous sunsets. But you know what? These sunsets are absolutely amazing, and we just love it. Well, look at that, will you please? I mean, really. This is our little canal, one of our canals here in our community. And I know you probably, if you follow me and Emily, or us, you will see these pictures. We just finished an amazing dinner, and we can see the reflection of the sunset starting through the window from our home. So we jumped on our golf buggy, and we just came down the road a little bit, and this is where we are. This is our island community. This little community is on the Orange River and the Caloosahatchee River, Fort Myers, Florida. And by boat, we can go down the Caloosahatchee, heading west into the Gulf of Mexico, and we can be on Sanibel Island and the other islands in about 35 minutes to 40 minutes. And it's quite an amazing thing. We get people coming by us now, and it's a beautiful thing when you have a sunset that's as gorgeous as this. Good evening.
Good evening.
So we just absolutely love it that some of our neighbors are just coming by, walking the dog. And but anyway, what do you think, guys? Anybody on here with us? And if you're seeing this in replay later, we hope it sets a tone. And the tone we want to think about is God's magnificent masterpiece. That's what we see, and that's what we feel. And we've traveled a lot. We've been to a lot of places, both Europe and here in the States. And I'll tell you what, this one is very special to us. It has a beautiful meaning. It has that savoir-faire, I think they say, that ambiance for us. We look at the sky and we see the magnificence and the wisp of the clouds. We have a beautiful breeze here tonight. We see the reflection from that gorgeous ball of fire, which creates a lot of life on this planet, if not all of it, I guess you could say. And that's reflection down the canal. And I don't know if I can zoom in anymore for you guys or not. Yeah, let me zoom this just a little bit for you guys. You can see that. There you go. How's that? Waving to you, James. How are you this evening? But there it is. There is the magnificence of God's creation. The end of another day here in Southwest Florida. Hello, daughter. Rachel Miller, how are you? I'm going to wave to you. Mike McGurk, how are you, brother? So there it is. This is, people say, don't you get tired of this? Says, no, we don't get tired of this at all. This is an amazing thing to see. We look forward to this. We do get rain here. Typically, it's in the afternoon. And by the time that, the sun's ready to set, this is what we have. Glad to hear that, Rachel. Thank you, honey. I love you. And I'm going to put the camera back on us in just a second here, if I can find the flip. And, yeah. Hi, everybody. Here we are. Okay. There's Emily and I.
Hi.
Good to see you all. So tomorrow's a very special day for me. Just about 2.5 years ago. Is it 2.5, 2 years, 3 months, 4 months? Gosh, I'm losing track of time.
3 months.
2 years and 3 months ago, I was diagnosed with terminal stage 4 prostate cancer, metastasized to my liver and my colon. And you might say a transformation happened, a major transformation, not only in my life, but in my beliefs and my thoughts as to what is this life all about. And, sometimes we still have to sort those thoughts out. But the one thing is for sure is it wasn't time for me to go. And that said, tomorrow is a very special day. It's a 6-month checkup for me, Emily and I, and we go to have blood work done, what they call a cancer workup, to see how things are. And I said, what things? What things are we looking for? Well, they aren't quite in the belief that I am healed. They say, well, it's probably just a little remission. I don't think so. If I come back to you tomorrow and say otherwise, then that's the way it is. That's all in the hand of God. However, we don't believe that. We don't believe that. So tomorrow we go for complete workup. working with the oncology department here at Florida Cancer Centers. Great people, really professional. They talk to you, they listen to you, and they are the reason that I got off the medicines that I were on. And by the way, I didn't have any chemo, I didn't have any radiation. I had a little bit of a thing that's supposed to help you and give you ease the, not even the pain, because I really haven't had any pain. Good evening, Brother David, how are you? So it's not a pain situation, although I have had pains, aches and pains. But I don't know if that's so much about aging
Right.
or was it about cancer. Maybe a combination of both. And that said, so tomorrow morning, I'm asking for all of you, if you would please, to, good thoughts, prayers. We're looking for that again. Hey, wow, you're doing great. Everything's fine. See you in another 6 months.
Right.
That's truly what we're going to do. And that's what they want us to do. They don't want to let us off the hook and say, no, you're all set. Just go enjoy the rest of your life and never come back. And I guess maybe it's a little bit of a peace of mind, too. We were all going to pass from this life. Let's be serious. When that's going to be, I don't want anybody punching my ticket telling me to get off the train at the next stop, if you know what I mean. I think it's only fair that we go when we go, and that's it. That's the way it is, and that's the way it's going to be. So we get people on bicycles going by. They come out, and it's beautiful here this evening. The temperatures are phenomenal.
As you can see.
There's no humidity right now. It's gorgeous. I guess it's close to 80. But it doesn't feel it because we've got this gorgeous breeze off the Caloosahatchee River, and which comes right up from the Gulf of Mexico. So that said, asking for some thoughts and prayers for tomorrow morning. We appreciate you, every one of you, and glad to share our evening with you and to share our gorgeous, gorgeous, God bless, sunset here tonight. So I don't know if anybody's still. Yeah, we still have a couple of people with us. Say hello if you can. Anybody? Mike, are you still on? Emilio, how are you? David, brother. Rachel, are you still with us? James. I'm not sure who's here and who isn't. But anyway,
we appreciate you.
We sure appreciate all of you and anybody watching in replay. Bobby Fabrizio, how you doing, brother? Haven't seen you in a number of years. So yeah. Looking forward, actually, to tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning, going back every 6 months for this cancer checkup is just, I call it a blessing now. I call it a blessing that we can go in and we can talk to them and they can say, wow, things are really going great.
It's another chance for celebration.
Yeah, another chance for another bit of celebration every 6 months to be able to say, you know what? And I'll tell you, life has changed dramatically as a result of being told you're going to pass, you're going to die. It gives you a lot of time to think because they kind of put that on. Thanks, Brother James. Appreciate that. Yeah, I've had to be brave speaking about it. It's testimony right now. It's my testimony to the world, especially men. Men need to understand that, I'll get into it a little bit. Andy, brother, how are you? If I can get a wave out to you. So here's the situation, men pretty much are told, watch out for the colon cancer, watch out for the colon cancer, get your screenings, over 50, you got to have it every 5 years, before that should be every 10 years, get a colonoscopy. But amazingly enough, there's not enough talked about prostate cancer. Prostate cancer is normal, believe it or not. It happens in every man, but typically it used to be that by the time you aged and you were ready to pass, if you got prostate cancer, oh well, it was just another little thing that ticked off, and it typically didn't take your life. That other thing that did due to old age or whatever. Unfortunately, it's hitting younger and younger men these days. In fact, there's a man diagnosed that I just read the story on at 45 years of age. 45 years of age. And that's way too young, guys, to have stage 3, I believe he was. Now, if you think about that, stage 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 is typically, we're going to give you a time limit. We're punching your ticket. We're going to tell you what stop to get off at, and you're gone. That's it. Family can start making plans now. Put your affairs in order, because that's exactly what we were told. So let's talk about prevention. Pass the word. There's a great organization called Zero. End of prostate cancer. They're out of Washington, D.C., and they are constantly going after funds to make sure that, number one, prevention, and number two, finding a cure. I mean, cancer in itself is a tough one. They say that everybody has cancerous cells in their body. It's just a matter of time. When are they going to wake up? And when are they going to find some area in your body that's inflamed and you have an issue, and then all of a sudden you wind up with cancer? But it's becoming more and more and more prevalent. It's becoming like a household term. It never used to be that way, you know. And a lot of it has to do with a lot of things. I'm not going to get into all that right now. But as far as men go, ladies, if you're listening, tell your men by the time they're 40 years of age, start getting that checkup. It's a very simple 5-minute blood test, and it gives just enough information to say whether you need to go any further for a further checkup, which is a physical checkup. Had I been told that 4 or 5 years ago, I wouldn't be stage 4. It's like I went to a stage worse every year. Started feeling some stuff, didn't understand what it was, you know, talked to a couple of doctors about it, said, oh, well, you know, maybe a urinary tract infection, but, you know, then it would go away. And I'd say, well, I guess everything's all right, until that day when it wasn't all right. But here I am, alive and well, kicking and having a ball and smiling about the whole thing here in lovely Fort Myers, Florida, and just loving it. You know, this is home now for us, Emily and I, and we had to make this change because the cold weather was doing me in up north. And man, I want to live the best I can possibly live for the time that God's blessed me with, what I've got left. We've still got a lot to do, and you know, a lot of things. Still got a lot of things to work on. So I trust you all are doing fantastic this night. And anybody in replay or anybody here has any questions, ask me about that, please send me a message. And I've got a ton of information on it. I'm going to be getting back on pretty soon, doing shows, doing online radio again. And that's going to be really talking about this. My page on Facebook, and I'm not advertising, but it's called I Am Transformational. And if you go to plus pound sign, right? What do you call that?
Well, if they'd search hashtag. I am transformational.
See, I don't know these things. Hashtag.
But they could also just go to I Am Transformational.
Yeah, you can just put I Am Transformational in the search bar on Facebook, and you'll find the page. Please join with us on that page. There's going to be a lot more activity there soon. There's a lot more to be said on this subject. Cancer is it's a scary thing to be told you're going to die in 6 months to a year. I mean, nobody wants to hear it. Nobody. No. I mean, many people pass every single minute of every single day. Thousands of people pass from this life to the next. And typically, you know, they go in a different way. Cancer is taking a lot of them now. It sure is. All kinds of cancer. Men, prostate cancer is preventable. There are things they can do on the early stages of it to maintain so it doesn't take your life and you don't lose that precious time with your loved ones, your family, friends, etc. And your quality of life will be good. It will be good. Still, it'll remain. And then you will pass from something else in old age or whatever. But typically it's not prostate cancer at this point. And once it metastasizes, the location it's in, and the prostate's in a weird place in men, and once it metastasizes, it spreads like wildfire. So they still look at me and they go, what's going on here? What did y'all do?
Baking soda.
Well, yeah. You want to talk about why and how you can prevent and why and how you can cure? There are some very easy ways to do it. One of the biggies is God, faith. Faith, to have that belief. You got to have it. You got to have that faith. You got to have that belief. You got to have something to hang on to that's going to say, look, I have an opportunity to live. I have an opportunity to still be here and to still make a difference. And if all I'm here for now is to be a great husband, and hopefully a great father, good evening, and hopefully an advocate and a guy that you can reach out to and say, hey, Jeff, what can I do? I don't have all the answers, but I do have some great places like we can point to now. And support. Support is huge. And accountability. We all need that bit of accountability as well. So there you go. I'm talking about it, talking about the big C word. It brings it up for what's happening tomorrow morning. And yeah, that's that. So from Fort Myers, Florida, on our little island on the Caloosahatchee River, we wish you a great night. And I'm going to put the camera back on what's... Oh, it's gone. The sun. The sun is... Oh, this whole time it's still light out, but we don't have anything left to show you.
No,
other than a few little wispies. So replay it and you'll see the gorgeous sunset. That is a norm for us now, but we don't, you know. Lisa, good evening. Gary, brother, how are you? James, thank you. Bless both of you for the share this information. Text me your number to my cell. Yes, I will, brother. Message me on Facebook as well, and we can set up a time chat. It's very important stuff, And by the way, just to add, we have a nonprofit that we've started called Give What You Need. It's been in existence for some time. I actually started quite a while ago, long before cancer. We are going to be putting it out very soon. The support network's going to be there. There's going to be coaching, faith-based coaching and outreach programs. Yeah. So we are going to be setting it up, looking for, of course, donations for that. Thanks, James. Appreciate that.
Excellent.
Yes, a lot of people do, and I'm here to talk. I'm here to get that word out, so that hopefully a lot of people, and believe me, I want to talk about that just for a quick second. Again, a lot of women are advocating. A lot of women are there for the men, because a lot of men go into hiding. A lot of men don't want to talk. They don't want us to talk about, hey, I have cancer. Women seem to be able to, you know, first of all, they don't want that man dying. They don't want him leaving yet. It's not time. No. It's not time. So they get involved, and they more so. We have more women getting involved than men. That needs to change. Men, you need to stand up. You need to take a hold of it and say, I'm going to own this. I wasn't dealt these cards for a reason that I understand, but I was dealt these cards. And there's a reason for it. We may never understand that reason, but if it's for nothing else than to do what we're supposed to do to help others, and that's what our Give What You Need International group is all about. And so you can go to that page and ask to join with us there too. Give What You Need International. Give What You Need, and both pages, and there's a group and a page on Facebook. Right. The group is there now, rocking and rolling, and
the page is just getting started.
Yeah, so. And the rest of it is just getting started. We're just getting ready to launch and bring directors on board to help us with this whole amazing, blessed thing. So I ain't willing to go out silent. That's all I'm going to say about that. You know. So you've got to take a hold of what's going on in our lives right now. With health is crucial. Health is crucial. You know, I don't care how much money a person has. I don't care how many possessions they have. I don't care how many times they've circled the world in travels and they've got all this portfolio of all the places they've been. That's great. Memories are fantastic, especially if you've done it with loved ones, family, etc. Right. But you know what the bottom line is? If you ain't got health, you ain't got nothing. And it's as simple as that.
You could also say that about if you haven't got God and Jesus Christ in your life.
Well, that's it for us too. And I'll tell you, that's an important one, and that's the top shelf right there.
Right.
Yeah, that's our firm rock, and we stand on that rock. We stand on that rock of faith. I have had many people say, I don't think so. I don't want to really truly think that way. I think I want to believe more in the universe. Well, God created the universe.
Right.
So if you want to believe in the universe, you want to believe in God. And I didn't want this nor intend this to be a from the pulpit, so to speak, because I'm not a preacher. I'm a guy that was dealt cards, and those cards I didn't like.
Right.
And with a lot of thought and a lot of prayer and a lot of prayer from a lot of people, I mean literally thousands when I first sent the word out.
Yeah, thanks to you, our Facebook friends, for all praying and getting
really,
the word
really
out.
Works. When two or more are gathered together.
Amen. Yeah.
The man hears. The man hears. And there's just no question about that.
Yeah.
It's very important stuff. So if you are on the edge of that, glad to talk to you about that too. And again, we are not pastors. We're affirmed believers. We were actually both rebaptized
Yes, that was March.
In March, this past spring.
Yeah.
Hey, hello, birdie.
I know.
See, they're
Gorgeous
talking to us over
birds,
here. And the
That
reason,
does look gorgeous, though.
the reason for that is pretty simple, and that was to reaffirm our faith. And so Emily says I'm going to flip this back here for you.
Yes.
All right, you're going to get to let a little bit of a.
The post
There we go, guys. How's that?
I mean, that is just awesome.
Now, think of a portrait artist painting that picture. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that just amazing? And so, this helps us a lot, too. This helps us with our...
Put everything in perspective.
Yeah, it's a perspective. And I think that's the way you have to look at life. I mean, we're all dealt some stuff that's pretty rough. I trust you have a lot of joy in your lives as well, but we know that stuff happens, and sometimes it's a hard situation to deal with, and a lot of people can't deal with it. One of the reasons I became a coach a number of years ago in strategic intervention was that to help those with those self-defeating prophecies and negative self-talk and levels of stress, PTSD, all that. When I was diagnosed with cancer, I kind of put that on the back burner, simply because I had to become my first best client all over again. I had to get back to my affirmed faith and belief that, man, if there's a way, I'm going to find it. I've got that much tenacity, let's put it that way. And I prayed on it, and I said, God, if you want me to go, there's just nothing else that's going to happen, is there? No matter what I say, no matter what I do, or any number of people that say, no, it's not time. If it's in the cards, and that's the way it's going to be, but I am going to go out with a message, I'll tell you that. When that day, I'm not going to say if, there's no if in this situation, when that day does come to pass, I truly can tell you, I hope and pray that I've made a difference. So, with that said, we are going to flip back around here now. I hope you've got a beautiful picture of that, guys. Any messages you want to send, please do. Any comments, please don't hesitate. See if we can go back. Here we go.
And we're back, so thank you for being with us.
So you can see we have nice tans.
Good dose of vitamin D
we get
yesterday.
to spend the afternoon at the pool yesterday, not today. Today was a very busy day with our church family. And that's the story. And I'm sticking to it. And I'm going to stick to the health regimen. There's a lot of things that we can pass along. We have some great friends in Australia that are excellent in this. They just really understand what's going on with health. Eating healthy is huge. Eating fresh, organic veg. Get rid of the crap. Don't shop the center of the grocery store. I guess I could go on and on and on, and I think that's why I need to get my butt back on air. And we need to talk about this so that we can have a Q&A. So I will be announcing that very shortly. We'll get tomorrow squared away and move forward from there with positivity. That you can be diagnosed with stage 4 terminal metastasized cancer, and it's just that's the way it is. So, all right, guys, we're going to say good night. We're going to have to put the headlights on here pretty soon. We're getting a lot of traffic, and we're on the moat, so to speak. We're on the passover between the island and the mainland, where we go out to the gate to our front of our community. So. Love you all. Blessings to you all. God bless. And we truly wish you all a phenomenal evening and beyond. Thanks. Bye-bye, everybody.